In the shadows where the veil thins, truth whispers, unseen forces stir, and the unknown calls your name. Here, in the depths of the metaphysical, the darkness is not to be feared, it is to be understood. But beyond the night, there is also light. For every shadow there is a glow, for every question an answer waiting to be found. We walk the line between mystery and revelation, between fear and enlightenment. Welcome to Lumino and Umbra, where we embrace both the seen and the unseen, the dark and the divine. Dilik Aktan, your guide on this journey beyond the veil. Together, you will discover the secrets of the metaphysical world, step by step, shadow by light. Now, here is your host, Dilik Aktan.
Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. Today, unfortunately, I am a little bit late because of my acting up computer. Such a lovely. So because of that, I am being late and sorry about that, you everyone. Hopefully, it will go all smoothly. I'm hoping so, at least. And we will see how everything else is gonna go. Let me see. I'm trying to find my other stuff that I was trying to set that up. Literally over an hour, I'm trying to work on this computer. And unfortunately, it is just annoying. For over an hour, I couldn't figure out anything with this computer. Let's see. Just give me a couple of minutes. I will figure this out real quick. Whew. I hope you all are doing good. And finally, hopefully, I will start it. It was such a day that everything was going so screwed up today. Literally everything. All my plans got screwed up. Everything kind of messed up, so sorry about that. Once in a while that happens, you know, that day. And this exactly that day for me. Hello, RMH. How are you doing? I hope you're doing good. Hopefully, if I do this. Oh, thank you so much, RMH. I appreciate it for your understanding too. So, oh my goodness. You're welcome, RMH. Let's see. Yes, for me to read this, I have to put my lovely glasses on. Otherwise, everything is all blurry. Barely can't see things. All right, so let's start the show. Today's show is all about the chakras. And today, actually, the things that I will be talking is all rare informations about the chakras. In a world where the seen and unseen intertwine, there exists a map, a radiant lattice of energy spiraling through the human form. Ancient sages called them chakras. Wheels of fire, doors to the soul, spinning between the flesh and the divine. But what are they really? Symbols, energy centers, portals to higher consciousness, or are they deeper, older echoes from the hidden teachings of Hinduism, Buddhism, Kabbalah, even the mystical branches of Christianity and Islam. Tonight, we journey into the mystic core of the self, decoding each chakra not just as a center of light, but as a mirror. Each one holds not only a gift, but a shadow. The crown may promise enlightenment, but what lies beneath when it's imbalanced? The root may ground us, but can also chain us. This is not just about colors, crystals, or balance. This is about power, about facing the divine and the demonic within. I am Dilek Aktan, and you're listening to Lumino and Umbra, where spirit meets story and ancient wisdom pulses back to life. Breathe deep, ground yourself, open wide. The wheel begins to turn. Everyone, before I start delving into the fascinating world of chakras, I want to be clear about a few things. The information shared in this podcast is based on a variety of sources, both verified and unverified, and is presented for informational and entertainment purposes only. It is absolutely not my intention to influence or change your personal beliefs in any way. Your spiritual journey and the conclusions you draw are entirely your own, and you have the sole right to your own judgment and discernment on these topics. Please be aware that I cannot be held responsible for any personal interpretations or comments you may have regarding the subjects discussed. This podcast and any accompanying videos are intended solely for an adult audience of 18 years or older. If you're under the age of 18, please exit this podcast or video now. All right, everyone, let's begin. Thank you for your understanding and respecting this disclaimer also. Okay, so let's start talking. Chakra is a Sanskrit word meaning wheel or disc. In spiritual and esoteric traditions, especially in Hinduism, Buddhism, and various forms of yoga and energy healing, chakras are thought to be centers of energy within the human body. Excuse me, everyone. I need to have a little bit of sip of water. I have been stressed out so much before I started to this show, so I will catch up slowly. Whew. All right. Chakras are energy centers in the body that are believed to impact physical, emotional, and spiritual well-being. Can we also say chakras are portals? The ideas of chakras are portals is not the part of the traditional Eastern teachings like classical Hindu or Buddhist system. But in some modern, esoteric, New Age, and occult traditions, chakras are indeed viewed as portals or gateway to higher consciousness, or realms, or deeper aspects of the self. There are two perspectives about it. Traditional view says that actually, or typically perceives the chakras as in classical systems like yoga, tantra, Ayurveda, etc. Chakras are energy systems in the subtle body. They govern aspects of physical, emotional, spiritual life. They are not described as literal portals, but are crucial in spiritual awakening. For example, like Kundalini rising or Kundalini awakening. This is so important part that eventually I will be talking about it. I hope today I can make it all the way to the end of this subject, but if I cannot, I will be talking about it, rest of the subject, next week on Wednesday again. And this time I promise, if nothing goes wrong, I will start at 6 o'clock. That's for sure. So, the second perspective, we were just talking about the traditional perspective of it. And there's a second perspective is esoteric and occult view. In modern metaphysical interpretations like the Theosophy, Western occultism, and some New Age systems, chakras are multidimensional gateways, portals to other planes of existence like astral plane, mental plane, or spiritual realms. Access points to cosmic energy or divine consciousness. Gateways for communication with spiritual beings, higher self, or universal intelligence. Each chakra corresponds not only to a personal level, but also to a cosmic or archetypical level. For example, the third eye, which is called with another name, Ajna chakra, is often seen as a portal to clairvoyance, inner vision, and higher perception. By the way, if there is anyone who has any questions, you guys can ask me anytime. I'm always here and ready to answer you all. And another example, for example, the crown chakra, which is called also Sahasrara, is seen as a gateway to divine union, cosmic consciousness, or even out-of-body experiences. So, there is a picture. I actually made it ready, which when the time comes, I will actually put it out so you all can see that. But maybe I can do that right now. Oh, not that one, sorry. Yeah, this one. This one. Here we go. Uh-oh. Why is it showing the wrong thing? I'm trying to find the right one. There it is. Okay, the 12 chakra system right here, as you all can see it. So another thing that also when we're talking all about these chakras being the portals and all that, if you ask which new age system or the systems and where you can find the information about this type of explanation about the exception of chakras is all over the internet, but I can give some examples for you guys if you guys ask. Several new age systems incorporate the belief that chakras serve as portals or gateways connecting individuals to higher consciousness and spiritual realms. There is actually one. Let me see. One website called. You can check this as well, which I have looked at theirs. Ananda emphasizes chakras as portals to transcended levels of consciousness. And additionally, the concept of 12 chakras, which the way I am just showing on the screen, including those outside the body, represents interconnectedness with higher spiritual realms, further solidifying the idea of chakras as portals. Okay, and there's also another website that it is called Inner Insights, I guess. Yes, Inner Insights. Right here. You can also check that as well. Inner Insights explains the divine gateway chakra is a portal to supergalactic realms and other worlds. So now, as you can see that on the screen, all those 12 chakras, which even some websites are considering we have even more chakras than that. Some of them are going all the way to 50, 70, 80, something like that too. Ananda also is, remember we have talked the Ananda website, 12 chakra system, the divine gate chakra, divine gateway chakra. Chakras are some new age systems. If you would like to check them out, you can see that, but I will not talk about these new age systems because our subject is not based on the chakras right now. It is not based on new age systems. So that's why let's keep going deeper in the subject. The key concepts about the subjects that we are going to talk about now, for example, the balance and flow. Each chakra should ideally be open and balanced. Blocked or overactive chakras may be linked to emotional or physical issues. Energy system wise, the chakras are part of the subtle energy system, as we talked about it earlier, often visualized as spinning wheels or vortexes of light. And while we are talking about the key concepts, we cannot miss this key concept, which is called prana. Prana, the life force energy that flows through the chakras via pathways called nadis, similar to meridians in Chinese medicine. Okay, so here is the prana and the nadis right here. You guys can also make your own judgments about all these subjects. And another key concept is related with all the chakras is meditations and healing. Meditation and healing practices like yoga or meditation, sound healing, and Reiki aim to align and balance chakras, which I will be talking about the Reiki later on, but it is not included in this subject because the Reiki is all by itself is a different subject. I would like to talk deeply a lot about it because there are actually a lot of people, as we know, or as you all know, maybe there is an angelic Reiki, but there's also demonic Reiki as well. So that's why keep an eye on your on my stuff really. So here, let's start. While the traditional chakra system, most people know, includes 7 primary chakras. many esoteric, new age, and mystical traditions speak of more than 12 chakras, as I mentioned it earlier. This expanded system aims to encompass higher dimensions of consciousness, spirit evolution, and interdimensional awareness. So, if you're wondering why more than 12 chakras, there are a few different explanations for that. The first one is coming as the spiritual evolution. As human consciousness expands, the energy system is set to awaken with additional chakras. And also, all these additional chakras that we don't know are also awakening too. Second reason that why more than 12 chakras is higher dimensional access. These chakras go beyond the physical body and tap into etheric, astral, and cosmic levels. And the third reason that they say galactic and or universal connection. Some chakras connect to soul purpose, star origins, or divine intelligence. And another reason is the ascension path. In ascension teachings, additional chakras activate during the deep spiritual transformation or enlightenment. Okay, and so examples of higher chakras, if we would like to talk about, hello P brain. If we would like to talk about beyond the 7 chakras, the 8th chakra is called soul star chakra, which is 6 inches or around the 6 inches above the head. And its function is access to soul wisdom, past lives, and karmic releases, which I use that a lot during the Reiki, especially. Like if I am doing the Reiki to myself, let's say, and if I'm healing my crown chakra, first of all, I always try to start way from above, and then after that, I come down and then come down and come down like that. The 9th chakra is called spirit chakra or galactic chakra, is above, almost around above, a foot above the head. Star connections, its function is star connections, higher self integration. 10th chakra is called universal chakra, outside the auric field, and its function is links to collective consciousness, divine will. And 11th chakra is galactic gateway, and it is actually further above crown chakra, like it is actually going up higher than that, so then you can actually have a little bit of idea about it. And its function, the galactic gateway chakra, has the functions of advanced spiritual gifts, telepathy, and multidimensionality. So keep that in mind. And the 12th chakra is called divine gateway chakra, which is the edge of cosmic field. So its functions are source connection, unity consciousness, and God consciousness. And the 13th and plus chakras are actually various by the system. They are the interdimensional or multiversal chakras. And these chakras and their functions are beyond the time and space, creation consciousness, and divine blueprint. So, another thing, actually, when I was doing all these researches, everyone, I actually have came across with the information. We have this auric field around us. And everybody is into nowadays, everybody's into the aliens and why aren't we seeing the aliens and stuff part? So the aliens cannot get close to us because of our auric field. We have this auric field that is actually way bigger than us. I mean, it is like the layers and layers. It is literally going like that, layer by layer. And it is actually huge. And when they feel that energy, that actually is scaring them. That's the information also that I have found. Keep that in mind. But anyways, let's turn back into the chakra subject that we were talking about it. So what does it mean, all these chakras? I mean, the chakras are literally telling you that you're actually more than a body. These chakras imply that your being extends far beyond your physical form. And another thing is that spiritual responsibility. As more chakras activate, you're called to live with deeper purpose, clarity, and alignment. Energetic upgrades. What does it mean? That part of it. Let's talk about that too. Many who work with these chakras describe feeling downloads, shifts in intuition, and psychic expansion, which I think we all spiritual people are familiar to this, but if you are not, those are the things that actually, if you open yourself up to spirituality, you can start sensing all these feelings as well. And also, the chakras are requiring inner work. These chakras typically activate through spiritual practices, shadow work, and devotion to inner growth. According to some sources, we have, this is the interesting part, so I'm coming to a part that I was actually mentioning on the social media as the description of my subject, as the part of the description of my subject, the 32 chakras. According to some sources, we have 32 chakras and 33 dimensions in the universe. Each chakra is indicating a consciousness level or dimension. But the 33rd level is indicating the God level or God consciousness. And according to these sources, again, Freemasons have 33 degrees, and each degree is corresponding to each chakras. And 33rd level is the master degree level for Freemasons, is equal to God or God consciousness. This description, I actually would like to show you this right here. This is the 33 chakra. So it is actually equalized with every level of it, okay? But I'm coming to this part. So this is important. This description is a syncretic esoteric interpretation that merges chakra systems, spiritual cosmology, and Masonic symbolism, drawing from mysticism, occultism, Kabbalah, New Age, metaphysics, and conspiracy adjacent interpretations of Freemasonry. Now let's break this down with clarity and discernment. There are 32 chakras, each representing a level of consciousness or dimension. The 33rd level symbolizes unity with God or Source, the divine spark. The 33 degrees of Freemasonry mirror these 33 levels of consciousness. The 33rd Masonic degree, which is called the Sovereign Grand Inspector General, is allegedly symbolic of God consciousness or spiritual mastery. The 32 plus 1 chakra theory. So this is actually not coming out of the blue like that. It is actually coming from like this. The 32 plus 1 chakra theory is not traditional Hindu or Buddhist doctrine. And it appears in New Age and occult teachings, particularly those that blend theosophy, Kundalini, Hermeticism, and light body activation practices. In these teachings, chakras extend far beyond the body through the aura, soul planes, and even into universal fields. The 33rd chakra or level is often called the associated with total reintegration into the divine. 33 degrees of Freemasonry officially, the Freemasonry officially has 33 degrees in the Scottish Rite system. And the first 3 degrees are called Blue Lodge. The 33rd degree is honorary and conferred for exceptional service or merit. Freemasonry is not a religion, but it uses symbolic teachings, many borrowed from alchemy, Kabbalah, geometry, and biblical stories. Esoterically, the 33 degrees can be interpreted as stages of personal refinement, with the 33rd being symbolic of mastery. Some esoteric authors like Manly P. Hall, Albert Pike, Helena Blavatsky interpreted these degrees as spiritual allegories, aligning with stages of illumination, similar to how chakras represent levels of consciousness. So, I also would like to share one important thing as well. This is a very important note, actually. Freemasonry as an organization does not teach chakra systems or claim divine status at the 33rd degree. Any link to godhood is symbolic or mythic, not doctrinal. These systems are often interpreted metaphorically, not literally. Okay? So keep that in mind, everyone. All right. Let us enter the mystic architecture of the soul. A journey through chakras is seen across ancient civilizations hidden temples, and sacred texts, including their esoteric, occultic, and symbolic meanings. The chakra system is not exclusive to one culture, but reflects a universal spiritual archetype seen through many mirrors across time and mystery traditions. Okay, so let's talk about the Vedic Hindu Tantra, the classical seven chakra system that we will be talking about. The origin is coming from the Upanishads, Yoga Kundalini Upanishad, Shiva Samhita, and later Tantras. Okay, and now we can start actually talking about the chakras according to the Hinduism. For me to do that, I will do this. All right, let's see. Muladhara, which is the root chakra. Muladhara, the base of incarnation, linked to Brahma. So I will be giving these names. These names, the Brahma, for example, is the god. And according to the Vedic Hindu culture or the system, the classical seven chakra is related with each of their gods and or goddesses. Okay, this Muladhara chakra is the base of incarnation and linked to Brahma, the earth, and the serpent Kundalini coiled in sleep on this chakra. And the second one is, I don't know how to say it totally, but I will try my best. Swadhisthana. Swadhisthana, yes. I am having a little hard time in here. So this is sacral chakra, okay? Swadhisthana is the ocean of subconsciousness. And it is related with the water element, as the root chakra is related with the earth element. Swadhisthana is linked to desire and the god Varuna. In Hinduism, Varuna is a major deity associated with water, cosmic order, and moral laws. He is considered the god of the ocean, sky, and the source of truth and justice. Okay, and I actually can get that off of the screen. We don't need that anymore. All right, the other one is Manipura. Manipura is the solar plexus chakra, and there we go. Manipura is the solar plexus chakra. Is related with the fire element, ego, willpower, and associated with Agni. Okay, Agni is the fire god according to the Vedic and Hindu traditions. And the other chakra is Anahata, which is the heart chakra. Anahata is related with the air element, The sacred sound that is unstruck, the temple of divine love and etheric merging. That's actually how Anahata is explained. Vishuddha. I hope I'm saying these names right. If I am wrong about it, please let me know. So Vishuddha I wrote that. Oh, okay. I'm going totally wrong. Okay, all right. Vishuddha is the throat chakra, everyone. Vishuddha is related with the ether, truth, and expression, the seat of Akasha, which is the cosmic record. The ajna, which we call also as third eye chakra, that is right here, as I have mentioned it earlier. So here it is. Ajna is the third eye chakra, is related with the light, intuition, the gateway to inner vision, symbolized by the two-petaled lotus, and is also representing the divine command. Sahasrara, which is the crown chakra, that is right here. I can write it down. Sahasrara is the thousand-petaled lotus, divine consciousness, and related with the Shiva Shakti union, which is also coming up with the Kundalini as well. Nirvikalpa Samadhi, it means the pure transcendence. So the Kundalini serpent rises through the wheels, through all these wheels, through all these energy centers and chakras to bring enlightenment, mirroring the path of the soul through densities of matter into divine reunion. Buddhist, okay, so secondly, we can talk about the Buddhist Vajrayana, which is the subtle winds and chakras. Tibetan Buddhism speaks of winds, which is representing the lungs, channels, which is called sa, and chakras, wheels, or lotuses. Okay, and 5 primary chakras, according to them, not only 7: head, throat, heart, navel, and sacred place. The practice of tummo, which means inner heat, uses breath and visualization to awaken the Kundalini like fire in the central channel. And in, I don't know if I can say this. Okay, so I will write it down in here for you guys, that also you guys can make your own judgment and discernment about it. The Dzogchen and Mahamudra. I hope I wrote it down right. Yes, here it is. According to these, in the Dzogchen and Mahamudra, chakras are seen as mandalas within, mirrors of the border realms, and pure land consciousness. Enlightenment is the stabilization of the clear light at the crown, emerging with Rigpa, the primordial or primordial, yes, sorry. Rigpa is the primordial awareness. And according to Kabbalah, which is the interesting part, and I will actually put this up so that maybe can make a little sense. In the middle picture, the middle symbol is the symbol of Sephiroth. Okay, so according to Kabbalah, they are not using the term of chakra. The Sephiroth of the tree of life, that they are calling it like that, tree of life, are energetic stations corresponding to soul levels. So these are actually interesting part that, for example, they call the root chakra as Malkut, which is the kingdom, and they call the sacral chakra as Yesod, which is foundation. They're calling the solar plexus as glory and victory, which is the Hod and Netzach or Netzach, either one. I'm not really sure how to really read that. If I'm doing it wrong, please let me know. And the heart chakra they are calling is Tiferet for the beauty, and they are calling the third eye chakra as Dat, which means the knowledge, and it is representing hidden gateway. Okay, and they are calling crown chakra as Keter, which is the pure divine light according to them, according to Kabbalah. The serpent on the tree represents both temptation and the Kundalini force ascending through the tree into divine union. So this is something a little different part of it. As you see the Caduceus on the very first, which with the angel wings, that symbol right there is also related with the Sephiroth too. But we are going to come up to that part. Hang in there. And the Sephiroth is the second part, second picture in the middle that you see. According to Christian mysticism, they are calling it as 7 lamps, 7 churches, 7 seals, okay, the chakras. In Revelation, the 7 churches of Asia can be interpreted as chakra stations within the body. Each church holds a message, blessing, and warning, mirroring chakra imbalances and initiations. The 7 seals represent blocked chakras to be opened during apocalypse. Saints like Saint Teresa of Avila described inner castles, 7 mansions of the soul, representing ascending states of spiritual purity. The Holy Spirit is seen as a descending love. Yet in esoteric Christianity, it's the Christic fire rising, illuminating each center toward divine union. According to Hermeticism and alchemy, chakras are seen as alchemical furnaces where base metals, which is the lead of lower consciousness, is transmuted into gold, which is the spiritual purity. The caduceus of Hermes, which is the as you see it on the picture with the shape, the symbol with the angel wings, Caduceus of Hermes, a winged staff with two serpents, as we can see that right there, depicts the Kundalini ascending along the spine, weaving the chakras. The 7 planets correspond to the 7 chakras. Saturn is represented with root chakra, Jupiter is represented with sacral chakra, Mars represented with solar plexus chakra, Venus represented with heart chakra, Mercury represented with throat chakra, Moon is represented with third eye chakra, and Sun is represented with crown chakra. These are also linked to the 7 metals and 7 stages of transformation in the great work of spiritual ascension. And according to ancient Egypt, which it called Kemetic mysticism, there is that it's called jet pillars, but I will write it down for you guys so you guys can actually see it and make your own researches and your own discernment about it as well. This is the spinal symbol of Osiris, right here. Jet pillars represents energy rising through chakra-like centers. Sekhem energy, similar to Reiki, was a force of spiritual vitality, which I can write it down in here for you guys to check that out as well. Right here. Sekhem. This was a force of spiritual vitality. The eye of Horus, mathematically segmented, mirrors inner senses and is sometimes interpreted as third eye activation. The Ankh, which we all know what the Ankh symbol is, the Ankh symbol is also the same thing. The cross of life represents sacred union, heart and mind, and energy circuits within the body. Energy circuits, okay? Don't forget that, because this is kind of in a way, I mean, energy circuits within the body is kind of in a way like when I was making the researches, I have seen something that is related with the Ankh and the energy circuit thing, related to Nikola Tesla also. But while I am talking about the Nikola Tesla on a different episode, I will be talking about that as well. So all these initiate in temples like Karnak and Dandara, underwent ritual activations of these centers, often depicted in resonant chambers using sound. I don't know if you guys remember, but I guess a couple years ago, without actually messing up the subject too much, I will stick up with the subject, but this is actually making me remember something. A couple of years ago, there was a ritual that had happened in Egypt at the pyramids, and it was the ritual that was related with the sounds and other dancing and other things were happening as well, but the piano was only on the one frequency that was actually really, really specific. I don't want to mess this up so much, but just keep that in mind. Maybe you want to make a little bit of research about that as well later. We will see. All right, so according to Gnosticism and esoteric Christianity, chakras are viewed as aeons or soul gates through which divine light descends. The serpent of wisdom is a redeemer, not a tempter, guiding the soul back through the pleroma. Pleroma means fullness. The Gnostic Gospel of Thomas speaks of the light within each person waiting to be uncovered. This is often interpreted mystically as Kundalini fire. Yeah, either that way or this way. The subject is always coming back to the serpents and the Kundalini fire. I don't know if you guys actually noticed it, but yeah, keep that in mind. All right, according to New Age, starseed, and galactic traditions, systems like the 12 chakra, 22 chakra, and 33 chakra models emerge, often involving soul star chakra, which I have explained before, Earth star chakra, universal gateway chakra, and more. In starseed traditions, chakras are portals to dimensions and memories from other worlds like Lyran, Pleiadian, Syrian, and etc. Occult and according to occult and left-hand path interpretations. In left-hand tantra, chakras are seen not only as lights but also shadow gates. Each holds both deity and demon, light and shadow, as I always talk about it. Qliphothic tree, which is the sephirot that we are talking about it, in dark Kabbalah, Qliphothic tree in dark Kabbalah, the shadow counterpart to the sephirot, where chakras are faced as daimonic initiations. Luciferian and Thelemic systems view chakras as stations of becoming, with the crown not as surrender but as sovereignty, like as some sort of actual crown. So art God. So that's what it's called. And let's come to the conclusion about this part. And then after that, I actually may talk about it a little more. But then after that, I have to finish this because it's already getting late for me. Let's make a little conclusion about this. The inner cosmos, across time and tradition, chakras represent as soul thresholds, sacred flames of consciousness, initiatory gates of self, cosmos, and source. They are the alchemy of our inner temple, the keys to our divine DNA, and the ladder between earth and eternity. So I will come to the conclusion with a question. And after this point, actually, I will finish. And next week, I will be starting exactly with this question. But until then, I want you all to think about this question a little. So when I was doing my researches, I have came to the point that maybe if all these chakras are gateways to our souls, is it true that someone can access or influence another person through their chakras? What do you guys think about it? Let me know about this, because next week I will start with this question immediately. And then after that, I will have a little more to talk about it as well. And I will come up with even more rare informations that probably you guys have never heard of about the chakras. But think about it. Can someone access or influence another person through their chakras? All right, everyone. Thank you so much for being in here. I appreciate it for you all to be in here with me. I will see you guys next time, next week, Wednesday. I hope my computer doesn't act up. And I will be meeting with you guys at 6 o'clock p.m. CST. Have a great night, you guys. Thank you so much for being in here.